Long before cities glowed and fires burned through the night, darkness ruled the world. When the sun fell below the horizon 1 million years ago, the land did not rest. It transformed. Colors vanished, distance collapsed, shapes dissolved into shadows. And for early humans, nightfall did not bring peace, it brought vulnerability. During the day, early humans could see danger coming. Their eyes tracked movement across open plains. They read the landscape for signs of predators, shelter, and food. Vision was their greatest defense. But when darkness arrived, that advantage disappeared. The same world they understood in daylight became unfamiliar, distorted, and hostile. Night stripped early humans of certainty, leaving them exposed in a land that hunted by sound, scent, and silence. Human eyes were not built for darkness. Compared to nocturnal predators, early humans were nearly blind at night. They lacked reflective retinas, heightened night sensitivity, or the ability to detect subtle movement in low light. As dusk deepened, vision narrowed, peripheral awareness faded. The darkness did not just hide predators, it erased warning itself. Predators, however, thrived in this environment. Big cats, hyenas, snakes, and other ancient hunters were designed for the night. Their eyes gathered faint light, their ears detected the smallest disturbance, their noses traced fear on the wind. Night was not an obstacle for them, it was cover. Darkness allowed predators to move unseen, strike without warning, and retreat before humans could react. For early humans, nightfall triggered a biological alarm. As the sky darkened, bodies tensed, heart rates increased, muscles stayed primed, the brain shifted into a heightened state of alert. Every rustle in the grass became a potential threat. Every shadow carried the possibility of death. Fear was not weakness, it was information. This fear of the dark was not learned through stories or superstition, it was written into survival. Those who ignored the danger of darkness did not last long enough to pass on their instincts. Those who feared it stayed close to others, avoided risky movement, and survived. Over generations, fear became inheritance. The transition from day to night was especially dangerous. Dusk blurred vision while predators became active. This brief window was when many attacks occurred. Humans could no longer see clearly, but predators already could. The land shifted advantage silently. Early humans learned that dusk was not a time to explore, it was a time to retreat, gather, and prepare. Camps were chosen with night in mind. Open ground was safer than tall grass. Elevated areas reduced surprise. Proximity to trees was avoided, as branches concealed movement. But even the safest camp could not erase the threat. Darkness surrounded them completely. Fire, when available, offered limited protection, but fire was fragile. It required fuel, it required attention, and it could die. Before fire was mastered, darkness was nearly absolute. Moonlight helped only slightly, clouds erased it entirely. On moonless nights, humans could not see their own hands. Movement became dangerous. A wrong step could mean injury, noise, or separation from the group, and separation at night often meant death. Sound replaced sight. Humans learned to listen. The snap of a twig, the rustle of grass against wind, the rhythm of footsteps that did not belong to them. But sound was unreliable. Wind masked movement. Predators moved slowly, carefully, pausing between steps. Silence itself became terrifying. A quiet night did not mean safety, it meant something was waiting. Smell played its role as well. Predators followed human scent trails left behind during the day. Camps that felt safe at sunset could become targets hours later. Humans did not always know they were being tracked. Darkness hid not only attackers, but intent. Children were especially vulnerable. Their movements were unpredictable, their fear less controlled. Early human groups learned to keep children close at night, surrounded by adults. Crying attracted danger. Stillness became a lesson taught early. Silence became survival. The brain adapted to this constant threat. Darkness sharpened imagination because imagination filled the gaps left by sight. When humans could not see clearly, the mind projected danger everywhere. This was not a flaw, it was a defense. Assuming threat was safer than assuming safety. A false alarm cost nothing. A missed warning cost everything. This is why shadows felt alive, why shapes seemed to move even when they didn't. The human brain evolved to over-detect danger in low visibility. Fear of the dark became deeply embedded, not as irrational terror, but as a survival filter tuned by millions of nights. Sleep itself was risky. Deep sleep meant vulnerability. Early humans did not sleep as modern humans do. They slept lightly, waking often. Groups staggered rest. Someone was always listening. Total relaxation was rare. Darkness demanded vigilance. Predators understood this. Some waited for exhaustion to weaken defenses. Others tested camps repeatedly, probing for weakness. A single lapse, a fire burning low, a guard drifting into sleep, could be enough. Darkness rewarded patience. Over time, humans learned to fight darkness not by confronting it, but by reshaping behavior. They stayed together. They minimized movement at night. They memorized terrain during daylight to avoid hazards after sunset. They learned which sounds belonged to the wind and which did not. Experience turned fear into strategy. Fire changed everything, but not immediately. Early fires were inconsistent. They could go out, they could spread dangerously. Firelight attracted attention. Predators learned that fire meant prey. Some stayed just beyond the light, waiting. Fire pushed danger back, but it did not remove it. Still, fire marked a turning point. Light extended human vision into the night. It created a boundary predators hesitated to cross. It allowed humans to see each other, coordinate, and respond together. Fire did not eliminate fear of darkness. It gave humans a tool to manage it. Even with fire, shadows remained. Light created contrast. Beyond the glow, darkness felt even deeper. The unknown did not disappear. It sharpened. The edge of firelight became a line between safety and death. Stories emerged from these nights, not myths at first, but warnings, places where sounds were heard, nights when something circled the camp, times when someone stepped into darkness and did not return. These stories were not entertainment, they were survival manuals carried by memory. Children absorbed these lessons without explanation. Fear was demonstrated, not taught. When elders stiffened at a sound, children learned to stiffen too. When movement stopped at dusk, children learned why without words. Behavior passed faster than language. This fear of the dark shaped human psychology beyond survival. It influenced how humans perceived the world. Darkness became associated with danger, uncertainty, and loss of control. Light became safety, knowledge, and awareness. These associations did not come from culture, they came from experience. Even today, echoes remain. The discomfort felt in total darkness, the instinct to turn on a light, the unease at unfamiliar sounds at night. These reactions are ancient. They are not signs of weakness. They are reminders of what darkness once meant. For early humans, darkness was not symbolic. It was literal. It was a time when the rules changed, when predators ruled, when sight failed, when the margin for error vanished. Those who respected the night survived. Those who underestimated it did not. Fear selected intelligence. Caution selected memory. Cooperation selected endurance. Darkness was not just an enemy, it was a teacher. By forcing humans to adapt, darkness sharpened the human mind. It encouraged planning, it reinforced social bonds, it rewarded awareness and punished recklessness. The night shaped humanity as much as daylight ever did. Long before humans dominated the planet, they were shaped by what they could not see. Every shadow carried history, every rustle echoed survival. Darkness carved fear into instinct, and instinct into intelligence. This is why darkness became humanity's deadliest enemy, not because it attacked, but because it removed what humans needed most to survive: sight. And in that blindness, the human mind learned to fear, to imagine, to remember, and ultimately to endure. That fear did not vanish with time, it evolved with us.